Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose's slogan of "You give me blood, I'll give you freedom" ignited the fire of patriotism in the hearts of many Indians during the struggle for independence. Even today, these words don't fail to inspire and move. The man who coined these words was a true patriot and a man of principles who did all he could to bring independence to India. Here are 7 things worth knowing about this great man that are hardly known to most Indians, including the patriots. Bose was born into a large family in Orissa. From childhood, he was a brilliant student and he did very well in his studies. He was also a fierce patriot right from his early days. Bose came second in his matriculation exams in 1913. He completed his BA in philosophy with a first-class score in 1918. His patriotism came to fore when he was expelled from Presidency College for assaulting a professor for his anti-India comments. After completing his graduation, he went to England to appear in the Indian Civil Services exams to fulfill the promise he had made to his father. As expected, he performed brilliantly and came 4th on his merit list. The Jallianwala Bagh massacre had left a mark on his memory, and in 1921 he resigned from ICS while still undergoing his internship. After returning to India, Bose worked with the Indian National Congress and newspapers such as Swaraj and Forward. He quickly rose within the INC, and in 1938 and 1939 he was elected as the president of the Indian National Congress. His stand for complete independence was opposed by Gandhi and other INC members who were trying for a dominion status and gradual independence. He had to resign as the president and form the All India Forward Bloc. When Bose realized that the British would have to be pushed hard to leave India, he decided that his enemy's enemy was his friend and visited Germany and Japan to get their support. This doesn't necessarily mean that he condoned the Nazi ideology, but rather that he was willing to use whatever he could in order to bring freedom to India. With the help of Japan, he was able to form the Azad Hind Fauj that fought the Allied forces in Southeast Asia. But by then Japan had grown weak, and after its withdrawal from the World War II, the Azad Hind Fauj had to retreat and disband. Mahatma Gandhi called him the patriot of patriots, which is a high honor, especially coming from someone who was opposed to his ideologies. There was no sacrifice that he didn't make for his nation. To this day, he is one of the most patriotic figures to inspire thousands of young men and women. On August 18, 1945, Bose was claimed to have been in a plane crash in Taiwan. His death remains a mystery because nobody was recovered and only some ashes were taken to Japan. The alleged plane crash doesn't even exist in the Taiwanese records. Many theories have come out about his disappearance and alleged death, and to this day, nothing conclusive can be said about those events. One of the theories is that he came back to India and lived anonymously as Bhagwanji or Gumnami Baba in UP. It is said that Bose took sannyas and didn't think it was wise to resurface into Indian politics. He is said to have died in 1985 in Faizabad in UP, where it is said that Bhagwanji looked uncannily like Bose and his writing matched that of Bose's. On at least 4 separate occasions, Bhagwanji himself admitted that he was in fact Subhash Chandra Bose, but that it was the best interest of the nation that he stays anonymous. That does sound something like Netaji would do out of love for his nation.
And I believe that this is an opportunity which we cannot afford to lose, which India will not lose.
Cinikari wishes its viewers a very happy Republic Day.